now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight, alright. Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight, alright. Yeah. Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight, alright.
Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What?
At Tanagra, When the Walls Fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How you doing today?
The world's on fire.
Yeah?
In a lot of ways.
Uh-huh.
Glenn Beck posted something online. We're
going to start off with Glenn Beck? That's how we're going to do it?
Listen. It gets better. He posted, what do you want to talk about today? And it had like 8 different things. They were all crazy.
Okay.
Like just madness.
Yes.
So I replied, why can't we just talk about like peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
I make the world's best peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And what? You don't think I make the world's best peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I doubt it.
No, I totally
I'd like
do.
to hear your process.
Okay, listen. First of all, picking the right type of bread is critical.
What am I, an idiot? Don't talk to me like I'm a child. Of course I know.
You
all
asked
of
about
the
the
ingredients
process.
are critical.
No, well, some more critical than others.
I think
You
they're
can
all
make
equally
it
critical.
Well, you can make it and break it on the bread.
Listen,
Not all bread is made equal.
you made a claim that you make the world's best.
I do.
Now, if you're just saying, I make a very good, that's fine. But you're talking about the world's best. So not one element of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich can be inferior, okay?
That's
So
why you don't
each-
make the best.
What?
Only one can be the best. If you ain't first, you're last.
Yes, but it's about primarily, first and foremost, the ingredients. What
yes,
you're using.
bread is a key ingredient.
I agree.
It's one of the 3 things
I
that go on a
couldn't
peanut butter
agree.
and jelly
Okay, so
sandwich.
what? Continue.
What's the Mount Rushmore of peanut butter and jelly? Bread,
Bread,
peanut butter, jelly, and a butter knife?
Ooh, I prefer the little spatula.
Oh, yeah. What is that called?
I don't know.
It's not like a true butter knife. It's a it's like oval. It's like rounded.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I don't know what that's called.
I like
It's
the
like
little,
a spreader.
I like the little spatula thing, though. You know what I mean? The little
Oh,
rubber
yeah.
tip thing. But
You know it's really
I
great,
digress.
just for fun, is to put all the stuff in a bowl and mix it all together and then put it on a tortilla shell and roll
the
it
peanut
up.
butter and jelly?
Yeah.
You're a crazy person.
Listen.
So what?
It's great.
What else? What do you do? What's the first thing you do? Peanut butter and jelly.
I lay out the bread. Well, first of all, I'm making peanut butter and jelly times 5
Okay.
because I got 5 kids, 6
But
if
it
I
is
count
the
myself.
world's best?
Yes.
So what kind of bread are you using?
Listen, I just discovered a brand new bread. Costco
Uh-huh.
has...
I like Costco.
Costco's great. Costco has a keto bread,
Oh, really?
and it's good. It's good. It's
Almond flour?
I don't know. It's a net zero. I didn't look that close.
Ugh.
I didn't look that close.
Have you gone to Costco lately?
Yeah.
Did you wear a mask?
You're supposed to, yes.
That's not what I asked.
You're supposed to.
Did you wear one?
I started off with one,
Uh-huh.
and it slowly, gradually worked its way down my face.
Just went to Costco. We're going to get back to the peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I
Yeah.
got a lot to talk about
Okay.
when it comes to PB&J. Went to Costco Monday.
Yeah.
My wife, my son, and I.
Yeah.
We walk up to the front door. I'm not sure if they're going to be what they're going to be like when it comes to this.
Right.
I've already been in Barnes & Noble, and there was a sign that said mask required. I was like, screw this. I'm just going in. So I walked in, and I'm just flipping through the records. My son and I had been looking at them for about 10 minutes, and then
Right.
somebody came up to me. He's like, if this is a mask-only policy, let me go get you one. I'll be right back. I'm like, no, we're cool. I'll just go. It's fine, And he's like, but I just, I'm like, it's fine, man. I'll go. I'll get out of here, So that had already happened.
I'll just go to Walden Books.
We go, yeah. So we go to Costco. The guy's at the front, and he has the mask, and
Right.
he goes to hand it to us. And my wife, who doesn't mind confrontation
yeah.
in the way that I do, she's like, no. and he was like, all right, like it's your funeral, And so we just kept on walking. So we didn't even take a mask, and we just walked in, and like literally nobody's wearing. I mean, everybody's wearing one.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Yeah.
We're getting a couple of. But
Yeah.
this is I'm an American.
Yes.
Okay. So we're walking through Costco. I know this is going to make people mad, but I don't really care.
Okay.
So we're walking through Costco, and I had to go to the restroom.
Right.
So I'm in the restroom, and Erica said this older guy comes up to her.
Costco employee?
No.
Okay.
Not wearing a mask. Well, he's got it strapped around his arm. And he goes up to her, and she said he was like so loud, people from maybe the 3 aisles wide could hear.
Right.
And he said, "Thank you." And he goes, he goes something about being bold or something like that. He goes, "They told me I had to wear a mask, but they didn't tell me where I had to wear it." And he goes, "I'll bet you're a Trump supporter, aren't you?" So anyway,
I love it.
We just walked around because you know what? Like, first of all, I this is the last thing I wanted to get into.
Why'd you bring it up?
But first, because you said Costco. First of all, the CDC themselves came out and said, you know what?
Back
mask,
in March, they said mask don't
turns
work.
out the mask is not doing anything.
Fauci said mask don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to do it. This is like 1984 stuff, and I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. Because, you know, even though they're being kind of jerks with a mask, Costco still is superior.
Listen, I'm still going to
I
Costco.
got some
mask or not.
blueberries at Costco that are currently changing my life. They were so good. So
The Costco bread, keto, totally delicious.
okay.
It's last night we went through McDonald's with the kids, and I got them all double cheeseburgers. I was not going to eat. I've been watching my weight, but they gave us 3 double cheeseburgers that were wrong. Immediately we caught it, so we went back through the drive-through. One of them had onions and pickles. None of my kids will eat onions and pickles.
Sure.
So we go back through the drive-through, and I told Estelle, I said, keep those in the bag.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell them.
Come on, what are we talking about?
So they gave us new ones.
Yeah.
We drove home. I dismantled,
I know where this is going.
and I put it on the Costco bread.
I saw where this was going 10 minutes ago.
It was really good.
So it was a sandwich that was
The
basically
bread is what
zero
makes them
carb.
breakfast. Yeah. So Stella,
Onions, but
Stella and I are going to go, well, it depends how they're prepared. It depends what type of onion, but it was minimal at best. Stella and I are getting ready to go to Oklahoma next weekend. And I have already decided I'm going to buy a loaf, maybe 2 loaves of this bread for
take
the
it with
road.
you. Get a burger.
Yeah.
Do a
slap
little
it together.
switcheroo.
It's great.
Yeah.
It tastes like real bread, which is fabulous.
So this is the bread you're using for your
No.
literally world's best peanut butter and jelly
No,
sandwich?
because peanut butter and jelly is not keto friendly at all.
No. So what is the bread you're using? What kind of bread?
It's Schwabel's.
Okay, continue. That's
The
wrong.
It's
but-
not wrong. And listen, I'm primarily a wheat bread guy, but for the sake of peanut butter and jelly, it has to be white bread.
You're wrong, but continue.
This is the world's best. Have you ever had it?
Yeah, I've had the world's best peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I've made it.
And listen, this is what we do in our house. I do bread, peanut butter, bread, jelly, bread, and I lay it on thick. I lay the jelly on thick.
Of course you lay it on thick. What kind of peanut butter are you using?
I separate it.
What kind
Stella,
of
what
peanut
type
butter?
of is that?
You don't even know. You have
It's
no
in a
idea
red-
what you're talking
it's in
about. Do you think I go to Gordon Ramsay and I'm like, hey, how do you make this? And he's like, oh, let me ask my daughter.
Is it
You know what I
Jif?
mean, what the ingredients are.
Jiffy?
Jiffy, that's
Peter Pan. It's Peter Pan. It's it's Peter Pan. It's Peter Pan, and I prefer strawberry jelly, but the grape jelly's cheaper. So often I go with the grape.
Are we making the cheapest or are we making the best?
I said strawberry.
Preserves? Jam? Jelly? What are we talking about?
Listen, I don't know. I just make it.
You
really
have
good
no
peanut
idea
butter
what you're
jelly.
talking about.
No.
You know less about peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It's all about the structure. Bread, peanut butter, bread,
No,
jelly.
that's
bread.
wrong.
No, it's great. It's the perfect way to make a peanut butter and jelly
You
sandwich.
toast it? Do you cut it?
No.
In half?
No, no, listen, if I'm eating it, no. If my kids are eating it, I almost have to because otherwise they make a tremendous mess.
Listen, this is the way you make a peanut butter
Diagonal.
and jelly sandwich.
Not in half.
First of all, you need bread that's got like stuff in it. You know what I mean? Like grains. and-
Texture.
It
Yeah.
needs to be like thick to hold.
This, like the 12 grain.
And then you're going to want to toast it, but not heavily toasted. Like I don't even want to
Do
see
you do a
burn
bagel
marks.
toast where it's only one side?
No. I don't want to see burn marks, but it needs to be toasted for a
Yeah.
bit. Then you take it out, okay, obviously, and then you put the peanut butter on liberally, Okay.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna. I know this is controversial, but I don't care. I'm using chunky peanut butter. This is what I'm doing.
I love chunky peanut butter.
This is chunky peanut butter.
Right.
It's going on the bread. Okay. Next, strawberry preserves. I mean, I want to see strawberries in there. It needs to be chunky, and I want to see chunks of strawberries in there. And you go just as heavy, like equal parts peanut butter and jelly.
50-50.
Then you put the bread back on top. Then you cut it diagonally.
Yes.
Spread it a little bit. If I can get it on a glass plate, that's even better.
Right.
Give me a glass of milk about that tall to drink with it.
Yeah.
And leave me alone. Because that sounds super good to me right now.
Do you just make one?
Well, if you do it right and the bread's big enough, and I mean, you're talking, 500 calories there, something like that. You know what I mean? With the milk and everything, it's significant.
Oh, yeah. That's your whole day's worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly's great.
Yeah.
That wasn't even my first thing.
Okay.
So,
Well, how did we start talking about this?
you said, how are you doing today? I said, Glenn Beck. And then I went in, and then we talked about Costco and then peanut butter and jelly.
Did Glenn Beck end up talking about?
I really wanted him
What
to.
is his problem?
I don't
Does he think
know.
he's too good to talk
Yes,
about peanut
he
butter and
does
jelly?
think that.
Oh, like, Glenn Beck, and his multiple wives, like they're just too
Just
good
because he's
for...
Mormon doesn't mean he has multiple wives. There's a lot of Mormons that don't.
Well, it doesn't, but he does. So
Does he?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either.
All right, Jason, every week we come in and we have 3 things that we have to talk about. What is your first thing?
Panera coffee subscription.
I'm aware of it. I've not done it,
Okay.
but it's curious to me.
I've already done it. I have used it
Uh-huh.
4 times.
Uh-huh.
So
That pays for it.
it's paid for.
Paid for.
$2 per coffee.
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah.
Paid for. Last weekend, I went to Panera twice on Sunday and once on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sat down, had coffee both times,
Yeah.
all 3 times.
It's a good deal. And the Panera coffee is pretty good.
Pretty good. So when I first got it, I tried the light roast. Don't care for the light roast. I went with the dark roast.
Did you drink it just black?
Yes, just black. So what I did was, here's the thing.
I'm listening.
Dark roast.
Uh-huh.
You fill it up right here,
Okay.
and then you just the hazelnut. Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's really good.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do a little tiny half and half.
See, now we're starting, the truth comes out.
Listen.
If you're just drinking it black,
Yeah.
the light roast is not bad. If I'm not eating anything necessarily and I'm only drinking coffee, the light roast I think is pretty good.
Right.
Now, if I'm going to get like one of those croissant chocolate things, I'm going to get the dark roast.
Right.
Because it needs to
Once
balance
again, it
out.
pairs off. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I've been to Panera twice in the last 2 weeks and I got a cinnamon crunch bagel.
Those
with
are
the
delicious.
honey nut cream
Dude,
cheese.
Sunday, I got their oatmeal. Have you ever had the oatmeal?
I don't
It
know.
has the cinnamon crunch
Shut up.
in the
Stop.
oatmeal. It is the best. And
That
with
sounds good.
Strawberries
Yeah.
and walnuts.
I'm hungry.
It is
I've
so
not
good.
eaten for
It is the
hours.
best oatmeal I've ever had in my life. The best oatmeal I've ever had.
Wow. Well, you've never had. Once again, I make pretty good oatmeal.
Dude, this was really, really good.
What's the key to making good oatmeal? Not overcooking it. That is the
Yes,
key.
yes.
I don't want it to be an
And you cook it
oatmeal-
with milk,
I don't want,
correct?
yes.
Yes.
What am I, a moron? I don't want oatmeal jelly. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it shouldn't. There should be. I should notice each oatmeal grain.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I should feel.
And don't go with the quick oats.
No, steel cut oats.
No, yes, 100%.
Yes, you get the old-fashioned
Right.
steel-cut oats with the
Vitamin D milk,
vitamin D milk.
Yes.
You cook it nice and slow. But when you think
low and slow.
you have 3 or 4 more minutes left,
Take
take
it
it
off. That's right.
Because you know when you take it off, it's still cooking.
Right.
It's still cooking.
Do you prefer it on the runny side or the thick side?
I like it a little thicky. I don't want it to be because once I do that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour a little bit of half and half in there. I'm gonna put some sliced almonds on top of it, and I'm gonna put some fresh blueberries on
Yes.
top of it, and then I'm gonna be just fine. Like I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I like a good oatmeal.
So the Panera subscription,
It's a good deal.
it's $8 a month.
Yeah.
Right now, you can sign up. It's free through August.
What do you mean free through August? Like I don't have to pay?
You don't have to pay.
through the end of August?
Yeah. So
Well, I'm doing that.
You download the Panera app.
Uh-huh.
You type in your credit card, all that stuff. So it's going to hit you come September.
It's happening. but it's
Well-
$9.
Yeah, I think $8.99.
Yeah, that's $9.
$8.99.
Agree to disagree.
I do not agree to disagree. It's $8.99.
So you're happy with the subscription?
Well, right now I haven't even paid a dime. I've already had coffee like 4 or 5 times.
More places should do this.
I had this idea. Do you remember? We talked about
You've had this idea for a long time.
I've had this idea for a
Now,
long time. Coffee subscription is where it's at.
Do you find yourself just getting coffee, or do you find is it working? Are you buying stuff?
I've been there 4 times. 3 times was only coffee. I was meeting people and talked with them. And then the 4th time I went with my wife, and I got oatmeal and she got a sandwich or something.
So if you kept that average, they're winning, right?
Yeah, I think for me, 9 out of 10 times I'm just going coffee. I think once I would get something, but not to fill me up, like a
It's hard
special
for
treat.
me to walk past that
I know.
glass
It's so
counter
good.
and see all the things.
Yeah, you got to get the oatmeal.
All right, I'll get the oatmeal.
The oatmeal is fabulous.
Okay.
So Panera,
Panera, if you want to sponsor us,
you know,
we'll drink your coffee on the show.
oh, in a heartbeat.
A heartbeat.
Panera
Faster heartbeats.
headquarters. Do you know where it's at?
Yeah. Chilla Coffee.
No, Warren, Ohio.
Warren, Ohio.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Huh. Who knew? Apparently
I'm
you
sure.
did.
I'm sure lots of people know that. But
Apparently friends of the show probably knew.
well, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. All right. My first thing is that I realized the other day. So first of all, we met some friends at Prospect Park last night. You know how much I like Prospect Park.
It's the best.
It's one of my top, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. It's one of my top 10 places in the world.
Does this include the pool?
Yes, the Prospect Park is pool to baseball diamond. It's the whole thing.
Including tennis court / basketball.
Yes, which is now the
Just basketball.
Brian Agler basketball court. But, you know,
I kind of miss the tennis.
I miss the tennis too. I never played it, but I miss
Yeah.
having it there.
Jumping over the nets like you're hurtling.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I'd have loved the basketball court.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a tennis court when I was a kid, and that's how it
It
ought
should
to be.
always be a
Yes,
tennis court.
exactly.
If it was a tennis court in the 80s, it should be a tennis
Yeah.
court today.
Everything peaked at the 80s. So we were there last night, and we met some people there, and they had not had Pierce's Pizza. I like Pierce's Pizza.
Yes.
I said, why don't we all meet together? We'll get some Pierce's Pizza. We'll sit under a gazebo. The kids can
Right.
play. We played wiffle ball. It was a lot of fun.
I love Pierce's Italian sub.
Pierce's is very good.
Very good.
So a couple of things.
Did you know his son, the owner's son, Dan, I think
Mr.
is his
Pierce?
name?
Dan Pierce?
Dan Pierce? I think that's his name.
Sure.
Incredible softball player.
That's not surprising.
He lives right there,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
So a couple of things. First of all, it was funny because these people had not been to Prospect before or to Pierce's before.
Right.
And it was like Pierce's, as I'm pulling up and looking at it, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's not marked. It's just a building. Like
Yeah.
there was a sign at one point and
Right.
it is completely faded out. Like it's just nothing. It's just a board. You know what I mean? So the guy was like, I didn't even know if I was at the right place.
Right.
He parked and walked in,
Yeah, no,
because
you
you
don't
don't
do
do that.
that.
It's
Yeah.
a drive-through.
Yeah.
You drive through the building,
Right.
But anyway, so we get Pierce's. We're sitting there eating it. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, I, in my life, have never eaten an appropriate amount of pizza. I have no memory in my life thinking that's reasonable. That's the amount that one ought to eat.
Now, Pierce's does the squares.
Squares, which is worse. You would think
No.
that with the squares I would eat less.
Yeah.
I definitely eat
No.
more.
Triangles, it's like, okay, 2 or 3.
It's like I got a whole other piece. I don't know. A square. It's like it could, and then I'll just take the corner piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little triangle
Times 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'll take those, and then there's just the one left. And it's like, well, I'm not going to take this thing home, and it's just
Okay,
like 3
on
bites.
a square cut pizza, do you go for the middle first or do you go for the crust?
It just depends. I
Listen,
like both.
As a child, I always went for the middle.
Yes.
As an adult, I find myself going for the crust.
I think it kind of depends on the type of pizza.
That's
Now,
100% true.
If they have a lot of toppings, I like the crust piece. If it's just pepperoni, I like that middle piece.
It's really good.
I like Pierce's. It's excellent.
The little plastic table that goes in it.
They don't do that anymore.
Okay, listen, do you know what that's for?
It's
I just
to
found this out.
Stop the box from hitting
No.
the top of the thing? That's what I assumed.
No.
What's it for?
You take it and you hold down a piece while you pull off another piece.
Shut up.
Yes, so you don't have to touch 2 pieces.
we just have to stop recording. I got to think about life and
Everything's different.
everything. Are you serious?
100%.
Oh, how did you come across this knowledge?
The internet. And the internet is never wrong. Listen, why would the internet lie about this? It's not a Barbie table.
Well, I know.
You pick it up, you push it down on a piece, and you...
No, it makes perfect sense. Like,
Yeah.
I just...
Listen, if it was to crush the box crusher thing, they would still have it.
Yeah,
But they don't.
they don't.
No.
I feel like the Berwick still does.
That's possible. We should get some.
Now the Berwick.
Come on. They're sausage.
Berwick Pierce's. Berwick Pierce's.
Okay, so Berwick, for me...
Yeah, I'm
me-
asking you.
For me,
Yeah.
Berwick Pizza, Pierce's Subs.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to take Pierce's
For both?
for both. Although,
That's a
have you
bold
had the
statement.
Berwick cauliflower crust?
No.
It's good.
I didn't know they had it.
They do, and
Ugh.
it's good.
How late are they open?
I don't like 8. I checked the other day. I was picking.
Will they deliver to the studio?
They don't deliver. I don't think outside. Maybe in Green Camp, but
Can we
I don't
call
think
like
they
Uber
deliver.
and have someone pick it up?
Maybe you paying somebody the right amount of money, they'll probably do it for you.
$50 right now to get me a Berwick cauliflower.
It's good.
Yeah.
I might prefer the cauliflower
Really?
crust. Yeah, it's that good.
Wow.
It only comes in small. The
I don't
cauliflower
like that.
crust.
So personal. You're good.
Once again, taking me back to my original point, I've never eaten a reasonable amount of pizza. Never. I never in my life.
Yeah.
I only remember after eating pizza thinking, this is too much. You know what I mean?
So the other day we got Domino's, and usually I get a Supreme, and usually I eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
A medium 2-topping is what I normally get. But this time I'm like, I'm going to splurge. I got the Supreme. I was going to carb cycle off of keto. One day, I ate 7 slices,
Yeah.
and then I let Gideon eat the rest.
Okay.
But that's a huge jump for me because I would have polished off the whole thing prior.
Yeah.
I'm working my way down.
Good.
So,
Congratulations.
it was good, yeah.
I once ate an entire Donato's large pizza by myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I just kept going.
Yeah.
I love pizza.
What was there more about the Prospect Park?
No, I mean, it was just about me and realizing that the pizza for some reason.
This whole episode is going to be about food.
Really?
That's my number 2.
I don't know if I have any more food things. So,
All 3 of our food tonight.
all right. What's your next thing?
We went through McDonald's last night, like I said earlier.
This has already come up.
My kids are obsessed with ordering something that is very specific. And I have tried to train them.
Not allowed.
They don't listen. Order it like the way it is.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Listen, multiple reasons.
There's lots of reasons.
There's lots of reasons.
Lots of reasons.
The biggest reason, you don't want them to hawk in your food.
No. They'd be like, this jerk.
Yeah, could I get blah, 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 blah?
2.5 pickles.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They're going to hawk in your food for sure.
Definitely.
100%. So first of all, just order it like it is. Okay? If for some reason you need to deviate from that, just get it plain.
Yeah.
I'll take this plain,
Plain.
which is nothing. Don't say, could I get double onion and half the pickle?
Stop.
Stop.
We have a mutual friend that only orders things specific because he knows that way they'll make them
To make it fresh. It's not
fresh.
just sitting there.
And that is so not true.
No.
They're just taking the thing off the
Yes.
thing and then they're just changing whatever, going to scrape off the mustard or whatever.
They're Frankensteining your sandwich
Yes.
together is what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you would want.
That's literally the worst thing.
You don't want them Frankensteining sandwiches.
No.
No. Just order it like the way it is. That's my
Yeah,
point.
that's your point.
There's
Well,
nothing
I
more to
couldn't
that. Just
agree more.
order the way it is. And if you don't want it, don't eat it.
Yeah.
Right? Order something else.
Could you imagine? I mean, could you
No.
even
No. I know where you're going
imagine
with this. And no.
being 10
No.
years old.
No.
And our father pulling through Burger King and
No.
ordering us a Whopper and be like, could I not have onions on it?
I don't really like tomato either.
Dad would be like, how about this? You never eat again. Because I think
I'll take the tomato and the onion. It's fine.
I never would have asked.
No.
Never.
No. Our dad wasn't mean.
No, but
Not over the top mean.
that's because we were nice.
It's straightforward.
We just knew not to provoke him. There's no way I would have asked for that.
No.
Would you?
No.
No way.
No. Never.
Because probably, I mean, he wouldn't have smacked us or anything,
No.
but we just never would have gone through again. It would have been
Yes.
like, well, that was the last time that's ever going to happen. So I hope you like bologna sandwiches because that's all you're ever getting.
He would follow through with it.
Yeah, he would.
I'm pretty weak. I threaten my kids all the time, and it just doesn't work.
That's dad advice for today.
Yeah. Stick with your gun.
Yeah.
Stick to your guns.
But don't threaten with guns and then stick to them.
No, that's a whole different.
Let's not mix
that's a whole different
metaphors.
thing. No.
just do what you say you're going to do.
What's your second thing?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't like the quote, when you're threatening your kids, stick to your guns. That's just a bad soundbite.
Not if there's real guns involved.
Water
Listen,
guns.
squirt guns. I was just come on.
All right. Last weekend, we did our second yard sale that we've done since we've moved to Ohio.
Right.
So the first one was like, well, this is all the stuff that we're ever going to, get rid of. And this time somehow we maybe had a bigger one.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah.
But we sold a lot of stuff. A lot of different things happened at the yard sale. First of all, my daughter and her friend found out, and they decided to have their own lemonade stand.
I saw a picture of that.
So her friend's father made a wooden lemonade stand. Very
Right.
impressive looking. They sold 84 glasses of lemonade at $1 a shot.
Wow.
And got some tips.
Wow.
So they did pretty well.
Over $100.
Yeah. So the question is, am I failing my daughter as a parent by not taking a cut of that?
It's
as
called
the
tax.
Owner
Yeah.
of the. I mean, they would have
You
not.
can rent the space
There's
out.
no way.
Yeah.
If they had just set it up the Saturday before with no yard sale, I did all of. There were signs all around this stinking city. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
That had my address on them.
Yeah.
Then that makes me nervous. I'm asking people to come to my house. I did all of that legwork. I posted in every single Facebook site, even ones that explicitly said, do not post your yard sale in this site.
Yeah.
I still posted my yard
Twice.
sale in that site. Just be like, what are you going to do? Kick me off. Maybe 5 people will see it. I don't care about your rules. Kick me off. So I did all of that work, and she just sets up a lemonade stand and just gets to make all this money and tips, by the way.
Did they give the dad who bought the supplies and all the stuff?
Yeah, I
did
don't
he
think
get
they
money
did
from
any
it?
of that either.
Yeah, see, that's not right.
So I feel like I feel like I'm failing her as a parent, and I didn't take any of the money. I feel like I'm failing her as a parent if I don't charge some sort of rental agreement.
No, rental for the space is
Yes.
absolutely necessary.
I mean, at least $10 for.
I was thinking 20
Yeah,
because the whole thing. If you want to set up right there,
Yeah.
it's $20.
it's $20.
Yeah.
and that deal goes for anybody.
Right.
Right, and I feel like I'm.
So if your
teaching
other
this
daughter
is the way
wanted to
capitalism
sell
works,
hot
you don't
dogs-
just get to get mom
Yeah.
and dad to buy a bunch of lemonade supplies, build you a stand, do all the work to advertise for it, and then you show up with your cute little face and just make money all day.
One year when
doesn't
we
work
lived in
that way.
Caledonia, every year there's a town yard sale, and everybody's there. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has something. And the previous year, we had walked around, just looked at everything, and I noticed there was no refreshments. There's one gas station in town, and the gas
And everybody's
station.
walking around on a warm day.
Everybody's walking around on a warm day. So the following year,
Yeah.
it was like 90 degrees.
Yeah,
It was real
You're
hot.
like, this is good.
Perfect. I saw it coming a mile away. So Stella and I went to Walmart.
Yeah, you did.
And I bought so much bottled water and bottled Coke, or Pepsi, Mountain Dew, whatever. And we set it on ice, and I sold it for $1 a bottle. We bought it. This was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And so we bought it for, I don't know, it was like probably 35, 40 cents a bottle. Sold it for $1, more than doubled our money.
Yeah.
And we made like $300 profit.
profit.
And so we used that to buy the pool pass that year.
Capitalism.
It was great.
See, this is what I should be teaching
We had
my
a
daughter.
few
is
things.
Capitalism.
We had a few things in our yard for sale, but the big money was
The big money was the Coke.
pop. Yeah.
and the. All right. So second thing is really nothing to talk about. Some dude came to the yard sale. You get a smattering of people
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that come to the yard sale. He came. He had one hole in his shirt directly above his nipple. And I just feel like I wear shirts with holes in them sometimes. I'm not saying I don't have any holes in my shirts. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if the hole in my shirt
Yes.
was just, I mean, the nipple was just poking through. And I mean, he's paying, and I couldn't even. I don't know. I couldn't focus on anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is it possible like it just happened? Like he's yard sailing.
No.
He took a
No.
rake and the
No.
rake like scratched him.
No. It was probably like I couldn't even tell you what was on the T-shirt because I just couldn't not. It was probably like Insane Clown Posse or something. You know what I mean? Or like some '80s rock band or something.
Yeah.
I could not look at the nipple. The nipple was like I just couldn't stop looking at it. You know what I mean? And just get rid of the shirt. You could have bought a shirt in my yard sale. I actually would have given you one.
Would it have
if you'd
fit
been
him?
like, hey man, I got a hole in my shirt. Like, do you mind?
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't have fit this guy. That's saying something. I'm just saying.
Do you have any 4X?
Like just
Yeah, they're all 4X. Look at me. I meant 8X.
just get a new shirt, you know? Or it's just time to be done with that one. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. So that happened.
Maybe he's playing the poor card. So he shows up at a yard sale.
maybe.
Listen, I'm really
So he
poor.
can
I don't
just
have any
kinda
money.
talk us
I
down.
really like that thing. Listen, I can't even afford a new shirt.
Yeah.
But I'll pay $3 for that.
Yeah, I don't even know what he bought. And I feel so bad when we do this yard sale because I feel like I'm enabling hoarders.
Yeah.
Hoarders are just paying me money to
A
make
fool and
their
his
life
money.
worse. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
We did pretty well. But, you know, and then the last thing is a cop showed up at my yard sale.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, so let's just say you're doing a yard sale and a cop parks and then starts walking up. What's your first thought?
I probably would have had Abby walk over and give him a lemonade
No. What's your first thought as to why this guy's here?
to shut us down.
To shut us down. That would have been
Yeah.
your first thought.
Right.
Like, hey, man.
No,
this
my
is-
first thought would have been Abby, go give him some lemonade.
Yes, but but automatically you're thinking, why is he here?
Maybe. I don't know.
If I asked you, why do you think that guy's here?
To
what
shut
would be
you
your
down.
best guess? Is to shut you down?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other guesses?
No.
Okay. My first guess was,
Or maybe you didn't empty your pool again.
that's a different story. My first guess was that on our road, you're legally only allowed to park on one side.
Oh, yeah.
But because of the yard sale, there's people parking on both sides of the road.
Right.
So my guess is that he's showing up to, hey, anybody that's parked over here, you got to move. And whatever, that's fine. That's not on me. I can tell him to park there.
Right.
He said, he pulled up and I said, hey, can we help you with something, And he goes, well, there was a 911 call from a cell phone from this site. They, zeroed it in on this site. I'm just making sure that everything's okay, And he's like, it seemed like it was a misdial. That's what the 911 operator said, but I'm just making sure that it's okay. And we said, yeah, no problems. Everything's fine. He's like, yeah, I figured, just wanted to make sure, And then he went away and I had a brief kind of back and forth with him about nothing. But have you ever missed an opportunity for a joke, and then you feel like,
After the fact. Yeah.
I would have, if I had thought about it, I'd have been like, maybe it's because the deals that we're offering people are criminal. Like people are literally stealing this stuff, I would have said it and it would have been a wonderful dad joke, but I missed out. And I'll live with that for the rest of my life. That will weigh on me that I never said the joke that I should have said. So, yeah, yard sale. I sold an Xbox 360 with a couple of games and a couple of old remotes that had things on them. It was like an older Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I sold the whole package for $25. Feel like that's a good deal?
Yeah.
One guy was there with his wife. He's like, man, we need to get this. And she was like, no, you're not getting another one. And I kept on like pushing, trying to get him to get it. He's like, there's a guy on Facebook. He'll buy this from you for more than $25.
Yeah.
And he showed me his thing. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But
Yeah.
I sold it for $25.
We need to have a yard sale too.
I'm telling you, it's if you organize it, and you do all the it's a wonderful way to make a little bit of money and get rid of stuff.
I've done it before.
And now my house is cleared, and I like that. I can walk through my garage. There's no boxes stacked up everywhere. It's wonderful. So, what is your third thing?
Okay, I've got two things. We're running
out of time, Jason.
Okay, so I'll stick with my food theme for tonight.
Okay, man, I'm hungry.
I had a dream 2 nights ago that a high school classmate discovered how to properly dispense ice cream from a vending machine. So it was like a normal vending machine. The setup in my dream, the setup was like this apartment complex.
Like
and there was
soft serve ice cream?
Yes.
Okay.
And there was a vending machine in the lobby. And there was candy bars and everything else and ice cream.
Okay. Like
And-
D7.
Exactly.
Ice cream.
Yeah, typical vending machine. Right. This is kind of weird. In my dream, I remember thinking, I need to talk about this on the show. In my dream,
Yeah.
I pulled out my phone and I typed it in my notes.
Wow.
That I wanted to talk about this.
And then you woke up in the morning and it was there.
And yes.
That would be a good ending to the
So
story.
it was a crazy dream. But what I wanted
Sounds
to do.
like it. Sounds like a crazy dream.
Listen, it was
I mean,
crazy.
Sounds, some
Like
people dream
vending
about
machine,
some people
an
dream
ice
about
cream.
flying or being the president
No.
or aliens. You dream about ice cream at a vending machine. You're like, it was nuts.
I mean, let me tell you, it blew my mind. This is great. Why hasn't somebody done this? Well, I imagine because there's probably a refrigeration factor.
I would.
It would
one
be tough to do.
assume. Yeah.
That's not for me. My high school classmate figured it out. I didn't.
Do you know who it was?
Yeah, Tiffany Parrish. I don't know why. It was the most bizarre thing ever.
Boy, if you'd have given me 20
She was-
guesses, I wouldn't have guessed.
She was managing this apartment complex, and she's like, I don't know. It was a weird dream.
Okay.
And she's like, look, I've made a vending machine that will dispense ice cream. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
So, and then I pulled out my phone. I'm like, I want to talk about this on the show.
Uh-huh.
Here's my point.
Oh, please. I'm just waiting for it.
Mount Rushmore of vending machine items.
All right. Okay, here we go.
That's the point.
Bottle of Coke, number 1.
Whoa. Coke machine and vending machine are two wildly different things.
I don't know about wildly.
They're wildly different.
Vending machine. It's like you're buying something out of a machine. Like,
It's a pop machine or a soda machine.
well, it's a
Coke
vending machine that dispenses.
When I think vending machine,
Yeah.
I think candy, snacks,
Okay.
treats.
All right. We
Not
can go that way.
drinks.
We can go that way.
Okay, that's what we're going to do.
All right. So.
Instantly, I think bag of chips.
Yeah. Bag of chips.
You know, the curly Q drops
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
in
No.
yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Bag of chips.
Yeah. Bag of chips. Okay.
I think stick of gum.
Stick of gum. Like a little pack of gum.
Like Wrigley's in the stick, spearmint, 5 sticks, whatever it is.
Sure.
I think those are two. Now, listen, you're going to have a candy bar.
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying like candy bar, bag of chips,
Yes.
gum. You're
Yes.
not. We're not going
Not
Snickers
specific, no,
or okay.
no.
All right. Okay.
So I think those are the 3, right? Candy bar, bag of chips, gum, and you have one more item.
It feels like there is like a Mrs. Fields cookie.
Oh, yeah. Like an oatmeal cream pie or...
Well, like some kind of Little Debbie. I feel like the 2 cookies in the package kind of.
Oh, like the Oreos, the generic Oreos in a sleeve. The tube of
Yeah.
cookies.
tube of cookies. I'm okay with.
I think that's it.
Yeah. For some reason, I have a memory of maybe Cracker Jacks being in a vending machine, but I feel like the cookies is maybe a better
I think
thing.
the cookies is a better thing.
It's one of my favorite moments in The Office when Dwight fakes the fire
Oh, yeah.
and everybody's going nuts, and then they have Kevin is in the break room and he throws
Yeah.
a chair into the vending machine.
That's pretty great.
Oh, man, that's so great. It cracks me up. All right, that's your third thing?
Yeah.
That was an easy Mount Rushmore. Normally our Mount
was-
Rushmores go are much more in depth than that.
It was
but
pretty good. I knew it was going to be fairly simple.
sometimes
but-
it's obvious.
Yeah.
Like the Mount Rushmore of Star Trek movies. We've done it before, but it's
Wrath of Khan?
Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Star Trek Generations.
I was just going to say Generations.
okay,
Because
and,
it's the crossover.
and wait a minute, and we're not talking about J.J. Abrams movies.
Listen,
They
I
don't-
love J.J. Abrams.
but they're not
movies.
included in. When I think Star Trek movies, I don't think those.
So for those, we watch Into Darkness all the time.
It's a great movie. I'm not opposed to it. It's just not on this Mount Rushmore. It would be like putting.
Ronald Reagan on the...
No,
It was
no,
too
no.
recent.
Well, I guess you could say it that way, or I would almost say it's like putting like a governor that you really like on Mount Rushmore. It's like
There
it's
are no
just a
governors you
different.
really like.
It's just a different category.
Okay, whatever.
So Search for Spock,
Wrath of Khan.
Generations, and I like the one with Zephaniah Cochrane, where they go back in time. I think there's like a Borg element to it.
Yeah, I can't remember what that one is.
I don't know what it is either. Not the Dolphins one, or the Save the Whales one.
I like that one. They park in San Francisco.
Yeah, I know.
And Scotty's on the typewriter.
Spock wears like a bandana to cover up his
ears.
the pointy ears.
No, I love it when Scotty sits at the computer and he picks up the mouse. He's like, computer.
All right, let's put that one on. Okay. That's
Episode
the Final
4.
Frontier?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's the Final Frontier. All right, my third thing is I ran into somebody the other day that I definitely should have known their name, but I didn't know their name. So what is the best way to go about that
did you have a
situation?
conversation? Or you just saw him in passing?
No, we had a whole conversation, and he 100% knew my name because he's like, Dan! And I was like, hey, man, how you doing? You know? So if
where was the point of reference? Is it school? Is it church? Is it work?
It's a guy that worked by where I worked. Like I would see him outside a lot, and then we had conversations,
right?
That sort of thing.
Okay, so here's what I would do.
I mean, post the conversation, I found out his name.
Right,
that was not difficult. But in the moment,
yes.
What do I do?
So I would have the conversation, and fairly quickly, I would say something like, "Hey, are we friends on Facebook?" And then you say yes or no. And you say, "Hey, let me add you really quick because I'd love to, let's grab coffee."
What if he was like, "Yeah, I just tagged you in something yesterday"?
I'm like, I don't see. No, I don't hardly see. My timeline's all messed up. I never know. Here, let me make sure you're in my phone. How do you spell your name?
Bob.
Is that with 1 O?
Yeah.
Or 2
I'm
1
just
B?
saying, this is why, in order to lie like you, and you're very good at it.
I'm very good at it.
There is...
I know how to spell Bob. Your last name.
Smith.
Oh.
There is an...
Oh. I'm sorry.
Well, there you go. So there's an element, there's a risk involved.
Yes.
That you just have to push through.
You got to push through.
Now, it's like a 10%. It's a calculated risk.
But 90% of the time, I end up on top.
Yeah, I'm just not willing for that 10%. You know what I mean? That's, I think, what makes you such a good liar is your willingness to risk looking like an absolute moron. Because the Bob Smith...
What's your middle initial? Because it's not coming up on my Facebook. I don't. Bob J. Smith? It's weird. I just don't see you. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to see you, Bob J. Smith.
All right. Yeah. Well, then
I would lie. I would figure it out.
Yeah, you're very good on your feet too.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how you do it. You do the Facebook. You ask about the Facebook.
Is that your third thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got one more thing.
Well, we're running out of time.
I know. We still have Netflix to do, but that can sit back for just 1 second. My Netflix is
I got a good one, though.
For your number 3?
For my Netflix thing.
Okay, we'll do Netflix.
Uh-huh.
If there's time at the end, I got one more thing.
Okay.
Jason.
Thank you. The reason we have to get to it is because this is like a 7-minute song.
I don't know why you took so long with it. This is an original.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. We don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
The world's longest
Man, that is
song.
so long. I feel like
I think people.
What?
I think people log in and log off during the song.
During that.
Like, this is stupid.
I'm going to check my email.
Yeah.
I'll be back for the rest of this. I feel like a great old-timey bartender thing to do is to blow in a glass before you pour. Before you pour something in it.
That's disgusting.
I know, it's disgusting. But it feels like something, like I'm looking around like, oh, yeah, hold on. and then pour your thing in it.
I would do that to my own cup.
Sure, yeah.
Not to someone else's.
Well, when you're pouring whatever
Scotch.
proof alcohol
Yeah.
in it, it probably kills whatever's there.
probably does.
All right, Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
Family-friendly show.
Uh-huh.
Floor is Lava.
This was your suggestion last week.
Except it didn't air.
Oh, right. We ran out of time.
You're a horrible liar. Technical difficulties.
You said we're not supposed to say
I
that
know,
we
but
have
you
technical
lied, and
difficulties.
everybody knows you're lying right now.
You were like, well, we don't let people know we have technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
I said that, and then you're like, we ran out of time. Everybody knows we don't run out of time. We have all the time in the world. It's the internet. You're a horrible liar. So we did have technical
the floor
difficulties.
is lava.
Floor is
so
lava.
you're doubling up.
Family. Nobody knows that until now.
Now they know.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Jason, tell me about The Floor is Lava. I've never heard about this show before.
It's a great show. The family loves it. The kids are glued to the TV.
Yeah.
There's an obstacle course, and the floor is lava. You have to complete the obstacle course as a team.
Is it actual lava?
My kids think it is, and I don't tell them otherwise. It makes it more interesting when they fall.
Feel like if you put your foot in lava, like you'd have time to get it out. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, ask Anakin Skywalker, right?
I guess.
I mean, it was a slow burn.
Yeah. Maybe
Destroyed
it
him.
sticks on you. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's probably sticky.
Yeah.
I think it's real slow moving.
Yeah.
You have time to run away from it.
Always.
But if the floor is lava,
And you're just jumping from thing to
yeah.
thing.
So it's a good show.
It's on what?
Netflix. It's
Okay.
really good.
I don't have Netflix anymore.
I know.
All right, my Netflix suggestion of the week can be found on the platform in which many of you are watching us right now, YouTube. Now, I believe that this is a YouTube Premium item because
Did
it's
you
a
subscribe?
YouTube Original. And I don't think you can watch YouTube Originals if you don't have YouTube Premium.
I don't think that's true because with the Cobra Kai, I watched that.
I think you have to have.
I watched it.
Did you get the free trial? I'll bet
I think if
did.
you have YouTube TV, you can
Yes,
watch it.
YouTube TV, you can watch it.
Yes.
So this is a YouTube original. So if you have YouTube TV or Premium, you can watch it. And it is called The Gift, The Journey of Johnny Cash. So it's a Johnny Cash documentary.
Right.
It's like an hour and 20 minutes long, something like
Okay.
that. It is really good. Like, I really enjoyed it. So, in a documentary, people are talking and you do the little shots of the person interviewing. I remember Johnny growing up was always whatever.
Right.
So you have like voices, people talking. Johnny Cash, sometimes you hear his voice, but you never see them talking. They never do. It's just images and video and whatnot, like while you're doing that. Now, I'm pretty aware of the life of Johnny Cash. I don't think I learned anything that was like crazy that I didn't know.
Right.
But it was really good. I love Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
And I would, anybody that's listening to this that hears me suggest it and says, oh, I might like that, you will. Now, if you are like, no, there's no way I would like that, you probably wouldn't. But if you think you might like it, I'm telling you, it's very good.
I shot a man in Reno
Just to watch him die.
Yeah.
When I hear that train a coming, I hang my head and cry.
I love Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, and a lot of it does revolve around the Folsom Prison show,
Right.
Because that's like the
It was a highlight,
penultimate,
yeah.
1968, like kind of the height of his popularity.
Right.
He had just gotten clean because he had just gotten married to June Carter, and she was the one that kind of helped him get clean. So he was just freshly clean, and the whole reason he started. They talked about this on the show. The whole reason he started doing drugs was because he was driving nonstop from show to show all the time. And a friend, and he got him from doctors, would say, okay, take this when you need to stay awake when you're driving, and then at night take this to go to sleep.
Right.
But obviously they were like narcotics.
Uppers and downers.
Yeah. And so then he just got in a cycle of, I got to take 2 and then 1, and then I'm going to go back and forth, and then he got addicted to them.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So very sad. But June Carter helped him out. But then he had a later relapse later in life. But, all's
It
well
happens.
that ends well. I don't know. But
I hurt myself.
well, and they talked about those
Today.
recordings, which I have actually not heard that much of because, so obviously he had this rise in popularity,
Right.
And then 70s into the 80s, it's like he's gone,
Right.
80s, 90s, it's just he's doing shows at like fairs and stuff,
Yeah.
like he's just completely. And then Rick Rubin, famous music producer recorder, said, hey, Johnny, I want to get you in a room and I want to give you a guitar, and I just want you to sing whatever you want to sing.
Yeah.
And that was their first recording. And then they started to add more pieces to it. And by this time in his life, he was very old, had a hard time even standing up. But he was like always a hard worker. So he was just committed, like, I'm not going to tour anymore, but this is what I'm doing every day. And this is my focus in life. And that's when they were hurt and, all of those.
Those are great.
It's so good.
I love Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that album, I think it's American something 4 is the best one. It's got Hurt, and it's got When the Man Comes Around. When the Man comes around. You hear the trumpets, hear the pipers, 100 million angels singing, and Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The old Johnny Cash is my favorite Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I like Folsom Johnny Cash too. Don't mean So anyway,
it was
it's
a
called
49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.
One thing about Johnny Cash that I will say
60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 68, 69, 70 automobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I'll say about Johnny Cash from a musical perspective that I appreciate.
Yeah.
As you heard, if you listen to the Netflix song,
Yeah.
I'm a singer.
And a songwriter?
Apparently. And what I've noticed with singers is one of the hardest things to do is not to learn how to sing, because a lot of people, you can train yourself to sing the right notes.
I can't. I've tried.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right about that. But what I found is the most difficult thing is for people to find their voice.
Right.
Because what you end up doing is just an imitation of somebody.
Right.
And that's, I think, something that Johnny Cash, he just doesn't sound like anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
He is Johnny Cash.
It just is what it is. Yeah. And from a young age, he didn't seem like he was imitating anybody.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons why he's so special. Just just an amazing voice with character. I mean, it's not like, nobody would say he's like Michael Bublé kind of voice, but just like an amazing voice.
My
like,
kids
so unique.
like Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Levi loves Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
That's always my, and sometimes I'm surprised when he's like, oh, Dad, have you heard this song? Like the other day, 99 Red Balloons. You know that song? 99 red balloons. Bum, bum. He's like, this song's good. I'm like, really? It is? He likes it. That's how I judge. All right, Jason, you're going to have to save that till next week, whatever you had.
It's really good.
Time will tell. All right. I started that late. So this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.